Hey, moms and dads. Welcome back to another episode of ABA Mom. I am your host, Allie, a board certified behavior analyst and a mom of five kiddos. Today, we're talking about something almost every one of us has probably dealt with at some point, and that's setting boundaries with family members who don't necessarily believe in ABA or understand ABA. And if you've ever heard a thing like kids didn't need this back in my day. You're being too strict. You're not strict enough. They'll grow out of it. Then episode is for you. Let's start with the truth. The hardest part of ABA is not the data, the programming, or even the behaviors. It's navigating family dynamics when people with the closest to you don't understand or agree with the choices that you're making about your child. And here's the thing that I personally feel hurts the most. It's usually not from strangers, it's grandparents, aunts, uncles, or even your own parents. When a family questions ABA, it doesn't feel like they're questioning a therapy. It feels like they could be questioning your parenting. It feels like they're saying you're doing too much, you're being too rigid, you're not rigid enough, or I've even heard just spank them. I've heard that before too. Or I've also heard you're turning your child into a robot. As a mom or dad, especially one living with this every single day, that can cut deep. There's definitely some misunderstanding there. But here is what I find helpful: realizing that boundaries are not about convincing people to believe or buy into ABA. They're about protecting your child's progress. It's about seeing progress in your child. And it's about doing what's right for you, because it's not anyone's job to tell you exactly how to parent. Part of my job is to give you tools and strategies, but of course, you're the parent and you know your child best. You do not owe anyone a dissertation, a lecture, or view, or justification for doing what works for your family. Boundaries don't have to be aggressive, they can be calm, clear, consistent. Here's an example of ones that I would suggest to use. We've made this decision with our clinical team and it's working for our child. We're not asking for advice right now. We're asking for support. I'm happy to answer questions, but I'm not open to debating our child's treatment. This is what our child needs to be successful, even if it looks different from what you're used to. And yes, it's okay that makes someone uncomfortable. When One of the hardest boundary moments is when family undermines you in front of your child, ignoring visual schedules, undoing routines, or saying things like, you don't have to listen to mom or dad. That's where boundaries have to become firmer. It's okay to say, if you can't follow supports we're using, visits may need to be shorter or more structured. It's not a punishment, it's protecting your family and providing those boundaries. And again, these are just some suggestions as far as having those boundaries with your family. Let me say it clearly: you are not being dramatic, controlling, or difficult for setting boundaries. You are being a parent who understands their child's needs. Your child doesn't need everyone to agree with ABA. They need consistency, safety, and advocacy. And unfortunately, not everyone's going to agree with what you're doing or your parenting, or hopefully, maybe there'll be some buy-in, some understanding, because one thing about ABA, for those who receive ABA for your children, it is a science behind everything that we do, and it definitely is individualized. It should look different for different kids depending on their needs. So not all ABA therapy sessions look the same, and not all parenting looks the same. And moms and dads, I just commend you on all the great work that you're doing and trying to just advocate for your children, because for our community, it's so important to advocate. Thank you so much for spending time today with ABA Mom. If this resonates with you, share it with another mom or dad who needs to hear that they're not alone on this journey. You are not alone on this journey.